Everybody, I'm Yogi Chris, PhD, founder of Nightclub Yoga, captain of IMC Nation. I'm streaming with Sultan Parvanta, guardian of IMC Base 1 here in, almost out of habit, I said San Jose, but we're not in San Jose anymore. We're in Las Vegas. Whole operation moved to Las Vegas, and we're reporting into you now about that. Like 9-10 days later, we've been here. We've gone out like 5-6 times. We got consistency going, discipline. 15 other guys have already moved to Las Vegas, and we got 10 more on the way. And we'll have ultimately about 8 bases here in the next month or so. Right now we have 3, and it's just it's all coming. It's like, you know, the Titans are being called, and all the monsters are awakening, and they're all coming to Las Vegas, man. IMC Nation for life. And we got Sultan. He's in charge of AZD IMC Nation Instagram, which is blown up lately. So congratulations to everybody that discovered AZD through that account. And you're welcome for, freely putting out the content so you guys can find it. Everybody else, welcome to the show. This is on Apple, Spotify, Podbean, all that good stuff. Leave a review if you're catching the recording. And we'll get going, with audience Q&A, some of the questions that we've come across, or even just the situations that we've come across, since Sultan and I are kind of like boots on the ground, communicating with the men of the world that are attracted to this information. And, guys, first of all, people, I think, Sultan, you probably agree, are not good at asking questions. Would you agree?
Yeah, totally.
And there are at least 2 reasons that I can easily just come right to me. One is they don't even know that they should ask a question. They don't even have. They're in a trance. They don't have the, when you have a feeling of curiosity. Like genuine curiosity. Some people, they say, I'm curious. They ask you a question like, don't you already have a girlfriend? And they'll say, because I'm curious. That's not curiosity. That's like instigation, inquisition. That's fucking something else besides curiosity. Curiosity would be like, how do you have multiple girlfriends? Like I'm curious, man. How do you know what I'm saying? How did you grow so much muscle so fast? Like, I'm curious. There's not like I'm an inquisition on you. You know what I mean? So people don't have the curious energy in them. The energy of curiosity it takes to formulate a sincere, genuine question of interest that they're interested in. They don't know how to be interested. Okay, that's one reason. The other reason is they're bad at asking questions, because when they do finally muster up some language for their curious energy, it comes out all wrong. They don't use the right words at all. They're not even they mean something totally different from what they even are asking. And but on occasion we get a good, solid, well thought out, deeply penetrating question that gets to the root of things. But I don't want that to stop you guys from start the dialogue. And there's a reason why being live streaming with us or joining our Zooms whenever we do that is so beneficial, or getting on the phone with us even, because a lot of questions can be asked real fast in succession, in a short conversation. It's not so easy when we're typing on Instagram, and it's you know what I mean? So, yeah, so as far as questions, like,
Well, look, we have some people. You've got Carlo.
oh,
Carlo, you've got Carlos Estrada. Shout out to Carlos Estrada. Nikos. Brother, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, so I'm not going to push it inside. Don't want to say that. But Nikos, we got Nikos. We have Yahanan, and Ali in here. So if you guys have questions, there you go. We got a question right there. Right on.
And we didn't really intro who we are. I mean, we live with this guy, AZD, who's topping the world. I heard you say a little bit about it, and that's what we do. So the audience just always needs to be reminded, like when you're watching us, we're messengers of IMC Nation, AZD, the tatted guy that is spitting all this wisdom. He's at the cutting edges of relationships and pickup. And that's what we're here as messengers of that. And we run these accounts, and that's, why you're interacting with us.
Balak asks, my girl was sexually abused in fear of abandonment due to divorce from parents. She's an amazing girl with good morals. Is it risky to pursue, or would pouring love into her work?
Yes, that's very interesting language. When someone says pouring language, pouring love, it makes me think, where is it pouring from? Like, you have a container of love with a finite amount of love, and you're going to pour it there, and then it'll be gone, and it leaves you. So, I mean, if it depletes you, then yeah, I don't recommend that. you know, we don't pursue relationships like that. The woman pursues a relationship. So there's not, but you nurture whatever is being given to you in the best way, but you're not chasing or pursuing. And then, women are all gonna have a bunch of baggage. It's some mythology that you're looking for an undamaged woman. Like cut it out. Just stop doing that. So the girl is either worth it or not. And there's a lot that could be said about that. I'm interested in what Sultan says.
Well, is it risky to pursue or with foreign love? I wouldn't say it's risky. I think it's risky to pursue with any woman, like Chris said, every woman's gonna have some sort of baggage, some more than others, and that girl that everybody's looking for, that has no baggage, a virgin, no tattoos, no debt. Like, if you want that, then you're gonna have to travel to like Siberian mountains and find like some family that has no access to any social interaction. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to do that, which is probably not gonna happen. So that's not gonna happen. So this, pouring love into her, pursuing her, is it risky? Yeah, it's risky everything. You gotta take risks, if she's worth it to you. If she's not, then don't pursue it, But pouring love, it's an interesting way of putting it. Pouring is, I wouldn't be pouring love. My definition of pouring would be like just giving her so much. I'm not gonna just give her everything. I'm not gonna pour love into her. Like, it just seems too much, like too needy. Like, I gotta pour love. I gotta fix her. Like, sure, you might want a relationship and you want her to do better. Obviously, you don't want her to like be down in the dumps and like, you don't want her to have a bad time in life. Obviously, So, however, I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket either. So, when I hear the word pouring love, it seems like you're just gonna be all about this girl forever, or whatever, however you see it in your mind. You're only gonna be about this one girl. I could be wrong. This is just how I'm perceiving your message, brother. But to me, I'm perceiving that you're gonna be pouring love into this girl. It's being all about her, and she's gonna your world will revolve around her, and that'll probably work for a little bit until she gets sick of you because you're too needy, you're too much, like you're around her too much, you're pouring too much love into her, and she's gonna find some other guy. And
Yeah.
you pour all this love into her, and now that you don't have a girl anymore, you but you have a practice.
Yeah.
And now it's you see how difficult it is.
Yeah.
Skill of meeting new women and interacting with them, because you've been with this one girl for so long.
Yeah.
So,
Totally. If you take yourself out of the game, I mean, your skill is deplete. They go down. Very interesting question, First of all, a lot of girls are sexually abused, and it doesn't have to do with divorced parents. Now, definitely divorced parents will increase the risk. The dad not being around increases the risk. The dad being weak or beta or not strong increases the risk. There's essentially always a risk because that's just what happens on Earth. And a lot of girls, especially pretty girls, have gone through that. So don't just assign cause and effect that because she had divorced parents and she was that's why she was sexually abused and she has fear of abandonment. Girls have fear of abandonment, and that's going to be genetic, just deep. So even the girl that was not abandoned by her parents are going to have a fear, like Now it's going to be more extreme cases, so that could be like chronically psychotherapy, psychoanalyzed as chronic fear of abandonment, and I don't agree with those things either. But I get it; it's a gradient, it's a spectrum. Some people have more, some people have less. And she's an amazing girl. Okay, that's fine, but with good morals, just know that those morals she got from whatever group she came from, like her family, broken family, or whatever tribe or community she came from, and ultimately if you are amazed by her morals, then she's not looking up to you. You're looking up to her. You need the morals that she's looking up to, and she needs to be like her. Unless what you're saying, she has amazing morals because I've given her morals to live by, and she lives by my amazing morals. That's going to be a different story. So look at that. And if what we're saying isn't, or if what I just said is not real for you, like a girl being so obedient, taking on your morals and wanting to, I mean, just think nature. She leaves her tribe, she leaves her family to be with you. She's going to be under your house, under your rules. And that's going to be the proper dynamic that will make a relationship last and be fulfilling and not deplete you as a man. And again, we are just messengers. We are students of AZD on the daily class. And we've been studying these daily classes. It's a mastermind with lots of guys that can ask lots of questions like yours. And we all evolve as we hear each other's stories and the answers given and work it out and see the cause effect as somebody implements the answer, then a week later, 2 weeks later, reports back what happened. And we see the evolution of these situations that guys find themselves in, whatever. And we all get a lot wiser. Every month you're on, you're just getting wiser and wiser, like exponentially, it seems. So I definitely recommend the daily. It's just $97. I recommend just hit up Sultan and get on that. Oh, he added more, he said here. I don't know if you want to read that.
Yeah, and that right there, him adding more, it's like, guys message these accounts and they ask questions, but you guys are giving us very little to work off of, like, you know what I mean? So don't expect like a great answer if we don't know enough about the situation. If you tell me in 2 sentences, hey, I got a girl and I really like her, and what do I do? Where did you meet her? How old are you? How old is she? Like, what have you talked about? How much have you talked? Have you hung out with her? Have you kissed her? Have you had sex? Bro, we don't know anything about the girl. Don't expect like a perfect answer to solve your problem. We don't know anything about your situation. So I'm saying that because you just added something else, which helps out a bit here. Balak also adds, let me add, we broke up after 1.4 years. It's pretty accurate.
Oh, that's it?
No. We broke up after 1.4 years because she caught me cheating. She immediately went and slept with a friend with benefits from her past to feel wanted. I hate hearing this, but I understand why.
You have a lot of interpretations, like you understand why, and she did it because, and I don't know if you're going off of what she said, she did it because she wanted to feel wanted, or you're just analyzing that for yourself. Either way, you're fucking yourself real hard in the ass, because that, I don't know, I don't agree with what you're saying, and I have more experience, but I still wouldn't assume those things. Like, it's unacceptable. And then I would also say that, just like Sultan said, we don't know the specifics of what's going on. And that's, there's going to be a barrier to us knowing that. One of the things when you sign up for the morning class, which is different time zone wherever you're at, so the daily class, I call it, is you get a private one-on-one Zoom call with us. And then we do go deeper into your situation so we can guide you as to what to study exactly with AZD. And that's right after you sign up. You schedule that on the calendar. But the other thing, the counterpoint, because, Sultan and I are a lot like good cop, bad cop. I'll let you decide which one is which. That it is true that we don't know your situation, so our advice is going to be general. It's also true that mankind, men and women, are the same everywhere, essentially. It's safe to assume that they have the same human behavior code. And so the situations you find yourself in, let's say you're in Europe somewhere. There's plenty of guys in America that have that exact same situation. And the details maybe are different, but it's the same male-female situation. We've heard it before. And so we do give advice from a perspective that we've heard similar before. And that's, we're not just like, improvising here.
Exactly. And let's see. Mahil says, if you guys know any very spiritual, successful friends, would you be able to connect me with them? I'm looking for a mentor.
Let's pin that. I'd like everybody to know that that's what we're answering.
Yeah, I'd like to ask a question about that question. And that is, what do you consider a very successful spiritual person? What does that mean to you? What does successful spiritualism look like to you?
That's great. That's a great question. And yeah, that's very interesting. And yeah. Also I would ask, are you aware that we are here as messengers of AZD? That's why IMC and AZD are in the account names. And who that is, are you aware of who that is? That we live with this guy who's a player among players amongst players. He's in multiple relationships, beautiful, and that's what he's known for. That's not even what he doesn't market himself as that, but we got to know the value, got to know the edge. The guy is the top on the planet when it comes to multiple relationships with beautiful women that are very difficult to get with. And they all accept it. And it's not orgies, it's not drugs, it's not money getting thrown around. It's a lot of moral relationships, So also, I'm live on the TikTok. I don't know if I let you know, but the AZD_IMC TikToks. You guys are on. You could ask questions too for Sultan or myself. And then people on the YouTubes that we're streaming to, you guys can comment questions. So all in all, there's 20 people watching right now. I'm sure there's something out there. questions about living in Vegas, maybe. We live in Vegas now. And the whole operation is moving here. Maybe you got questions about that. Why Vegas or
Yeah. And even going back to what Balak said, you know, I'm curious why you cheated on her. Like, why did you cheat on her? Because obviously, we all want to be with multiple women, beautiful women. But why did you cheat on her? Like, did you just not want to tell her that you were attracted to that girl, or were you just like, were you drunk at a party? You just somehow got like started having sex with her? Like, how did that happen?
And I got a question for him also. Another question for you, brother. Okay, so you cheated because you lied. You had an arrangement with the woman that you wouldn't be with other women in some way, and you did anyway, and then lied about it somehow. That's probably what happened. You cheated. So my question is it okay for your girl to accept another man's penis inside of her just because you cheated? Are you okay with that girl and being with her just because you cheated? Are you okay with her inviting another man's penis in her over and over just because you cheated? I'm just curious about that. Yes, Balak, right on. Right on.
He says, I consider successful, like a spiritually successful person, someone aligned with their higher self and is fulfilling their purpose through self-realization.
How would you know any of that?
Yeah.
How would you know if they're aligned, and how would you know they're fulfilling their purpose?
Yeah.
And how would you know they were doing it through self-realization? I don't think you're wrong. I just think that these words, while they might seem powerful to you, they are hot air to me. They're just like, they have no substance. I can't like get a grip on what you're saying.
Yeah, I agree.
Sultan and I agreeing.
It seems like a bunch of words. It seems like a bunch of like little sentence enhancers. Enhance the sentence, but the whole thing is a sentence enhancer, so there's no
there's no sentence, it's just a big enhancement.
We're not making fun of you, we're trying to figure out what you're saying, brother.
Yeah, that's the idea. It's like wheels without a car. It's like I got 4 tires here. What am I going to do with these? Well,
and then I would also ask you, you know, if you're looking for a spiritually successful person, why? Like, what are you saying that your goal in life is to become a spiritually successful person, or
yeah,
are you?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, so like, what are you looking for? Like, you know, so you're looking for a mentor, but yeah, what's your goal? You obviously you want a mentor in what you're trying to achieve. So what are you trying to achieve? I guess is kind of our question.
That'll probably make it easier for you, really.
Yeah.
What are you looking to achieve by finding that spiritually successful person?
That's funny.
Becoming spiritually successful, because those are like little sentences and answers again. Like,
yeah. And it's interesting. We titled this audience Q&A, and you didn't realize we were queuing you, and you were a.
I'm looking to evolve in all aspects of life.
Oh man! Wow! All aspects of life, all like every, or okay, every aspect of your life. Okay, we don't maybe know. So you know, if you could get a little bit any more specific there.
Yeah, like, are you looking to evolve with relationships? You're looking to evolve
women,
with communication,
money, communication, family, you know.
Yeah.
What?
Or
gardening.
Gardening, yeah.
Yeah, fashion.
Business.
All of it, or what about other things? Drugs? You want to evolve in your meth lab, evolve your meth lab business? I don't know. Just a little more clarity. You know, but if you want to, and that is what a master student, you know, a student disciple, whatever, master disciple relationship is he is your mentor in essentially everything. Doesn't mean you agree or do everything as he does, but it's a mentor in life, because every mentor you're mentoring under, they have some skills that you're learning from. But ultimately, we know, Sultan and I know at the base, like it's survival and replication. And survival, oh, what happened? Did it end? What happened? All right, well, you starting it again? All right. Oh, yeah, part 1. And then you can edit the description later. Okay, guys, so the Instagram cut out for a second. So we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube. Do you guys have any comments? You know who I am. I'm Yogi Crit. Now, Sultan runs this account, but I had another account, but that staff member went rogue. I had to kick him off. So I'm streaming to this account right now. we both live with AZD, and we're streaming the YouTube also. See people on Facebook. I'm streaming to people on there too. So if you guys type your questions, girls too, I'll see it, and I'll give you my best answer. While Sultan is starting up the Instagram again. Okay. There was a guy that made a request to go live on TikTok. I'd be open to doing that right now for a minute. Oh, the Instagram is coming back on.
What's up, guys? We're live again. For some reason, the Instagram cut off. So we do audience Q&A. I'll be going live. Chris also lives with us.
Okay, we're back on.
Answer your question.
No question came in. Microphone appears so you guys can hear. What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, where do we pick up?
You're speaking about, man, I also.
Yeah, I was figuring out something, but
yeah. Okay, well, let's see. We have new people in here.
Nice.
We got Ascendancy, Mahil, IMARF, Amarf, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but SRCPDA, Ricky, what's up, Ricky? Hythom.
Balak, you want to stream with us, man? Just come live with us if you can go live. If you're in a well-lit place and you can speak good English, then come live with us. Just send a request.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. He said, "Hi Sultan, I will write my last message again. Bear with me." For sure, or you Chris said, jump online with us for a minute if you'd like to jump on, just ask the question and then stick around, or how would you like to do that?
Just because he's been participating so much, so that
Yeah, totally.
And yes, the guy that asked about the Mastermind Council, that's what we are. And AZD teaches how to use your imagination to do exactly what's talked about there, and then some. Because the thing is, those guys weren't good with women. They had good mental techniques, and they were using it for this and that, but they still let the world fall into hell. They let the world fall into the shit of the Illuminati and mass mind control and everything. So all the teachers of the past, they did what they did, and we can use what they used and what they teach, and then just recognize that right now is even better than then. What AZD is teaching is that, and that's what the daily class is. That $97 every day, sign up in the bio, get all the recordings from the last 10 or 12 months, and it's hundreds of recordings of lectures. It's going to be the most intelligent $97 you have ever spent in your life, 100% guaranteed. Okay, so I don't know if Balak is coming live again. Is there another question?
He's gonna type this question out.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's see. Starboy Brendan McBride, what's up, bro? Starboy.
What's up, bro?
Elite Freak. Cool. This is Q&A, guys. If you guys have questions about this Instagram page at AZD, both of us live with AZD. He's the guy with all the tattoos. He just, he just got home. He just walked in. His room is right here next door. So he's with his girlfriend, and this is real. This is as real as it's ever gonna get. This is as real as it gets. We live with him. It's been 4 years of living with him, moving from house to house, from San Jose all the way to Las Vegas now. And we live in Las Vegas. We live here now. Mahil says, "Are you guys familiar with the concept of everything is vibration and frequency, and how often do you meditate?"
Yes, that's what AZD teaches. It's basic alchemy. And what do you do with that information? If you're just looking at the secret or law of attraction or whatever, this is what AZD teaches. And it's at the deepest levels of character development, because all of that magic or spiritualism or whatever you want to call it, occultism, is it resulting in you having relationships with women that you want to be in relationships with? Are you having the kind of, we got to keep pressing that issue home, because that is what AZD has solved for planet Earth, for the men of planet Earth. And that's why we don't suffer the way you guys suffer with women, or even if that suffering is lack of women. And that no matter what you're doing with your mind and your mindset, okay, we got a guest on. What's up? So sign up in the bio, everybody. All right, Balak, welcome. Man, where are you from?
The UK.
UK. What's up, man? We're from Vegas now.
Great. That's amazing. What's the is it humid out there? Is it hot?
It's kind of goes through seasonal. It's mostly desert all the time, but the winter is when it rains, and so it's rained a little bit, and it's chilly. You know, it's higher altitude. It's probably like 4 or 5,000 feet elevation here, and but it's flat. It's a valley in between a ring of mountains that look beautiful right now, and it's Las Vegas, man. So yeah,
Nice.
you ever been to America or Vegas?
Yeah, well, I've been to New York and Texas.
There you go.
So polar opposites in some regards, but I love it both for different reasons.
Yeah, I've been both places many times, and okay, so cool. So what? Give us a little rundown of what's going on with you, and before we get into that dialogue, just so we get a little framework of what you understand. Maybe Sultan's already asked you these questions, but it's just for the whole audience. Have you ever studied game? Have you ever studied anything with AZD specifically? If so, like how long ago or for how long, and with who?
Yeah, so I've studied the dynamics between male and female relationships for a few years on and off. It interests me. I mean, just personal relationships in general is quite interesting. So I think that bleeds into everything else. And in terms of you guys, I only came across your profiles within the last 2 weeks, maybe.
Sure.
So I'm quite new to the whole situation.
IMC, yeah.
But it definitely resonates.
For sure.
I do enjoy the content.
Just like the brother was just commenting about vibrations, it resonates. So, okay, so when you say social dynamics, what have you studied when you say that? Are you just observing with your eyes, or are you reading or watching or learning from someone?
A bit of everything, to be honest. I'm a big observer. I'd like to think that I can put two and two together quite neatly. And in terms of reading and observing content, it's just typical red pill stuff online.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Right on. Sultan, do you have any questions for him, or I have more?
Yeah.
Just to get the foundation for, because you'll ask us the situation you're going through, so we get an idea of what you know.
What have you, curious, maybe you can mention names or not, but what have you studied? Like, maybe you can name a couple of the people you studied or seen online. Because when I think of studying, like when I hear the word studying, I mean study, like I'm this is the guy. Like, so if you're not doing that and you're just kind of watching stuff here and there, then who have you watched like on YouTube or whatever? Yeah. When it comes to women, like relationships,
they all have different frameworks and language for understanding. So we've looked at a lot of guys. So if we had an idea of your background, then we'd know more. Yeah.
I'm going to give you two names, and the reason for these two names is because they're polar opposites. So I took things that I like from both, but they do contradict each other because they are polar opposites. So I believe this kind of made me a bit confused. So the two names are Tate and Elliot Holtz. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Hey, that's where you learn game from, or those are just guys that you've studied, like in life? Oh man, I can see where you're coming. Oh man, Elliot Holtz and then Andrew Tate. Yeah. Okay. Do you make a bunch of money? Are you like well off? Like, do you have a very high, a good end job, or are you just like a regular guy? Okay. Are you like incredibly physically fit, like a pro athlete?
I'm very fit.
Good.
I'm not financially fit.
Okay, got you. About how old are you? About 28?
27.
Okay.
27.
Yeah. Right on. Okay. I'm satisfied if you'd like to present the situation or what have you.
Yeah, so I'll put it in a nutshell. Well, to be honest, I'll give the details because the details are important. So we've been together technically for 2 years now, and as I mentioned in the message before, so one of the message that I sent just before the Instagram went off was that last week I went to his because we officially broke up. So after a year and 4 months, again, she caught me messaging other women, and obviously, of course, she couldn't handle it, and she left, and then she very quickly went back to a ex relate. She wasn't with the guy, but it was a friends with benefits situation, and she said that he was like her best friend, and she felt comfort and safety, and just she felt the need to be. She wanted to feel wanted, essentially.
Okay.
Now we got back there after a month of when we broke up. And that was 8 months ago. So so altogether, it's been 2 years.
Okay.
And my intuition said, but when we got back together, she didn't admit that she slept with the guy.
Yeah.
But my intuition knew that there was something up. So I asked her multiple times in these last 8 months.
Yeah.
And she eventually came clean last week.
Yep.
And so I broke off with her. So we're no longer together. But
good.
She proved to me. So something important to note is that when I went to hers last week to like drop off her items, she proved to me with a letter that she went to a psychosexual clinic before we met. Yeah. Because she was sexually abused as a young child. Yeah. She never had a good relationship with sex. She said. Yeah. And every girl. No girl has a good relationship with sex. Even the ones that are all about it, they have terrible relationships with sex because they have terrible relationships with men. How could you have a good relationship with sex without having a good relationship with men? Yeah. But I just want to point out the fact that she went to a psychosexual clinic. I think that's quite an extreme because she just generally didn't even enjoy it. So she said that I was the first guy that I ever made her orgasm. Good. And that, so I mean, that makes me feel good about the whole situation. And my situation now is, do I look past the fact that she slept with that guy after we broke up? If it fucking pains me to just think about the situation, but besides that, the relationship was very good. She looked at me I get it. She looked at me as I get it. Yeah. No, that's I get it. It's I get what you're I get what you're saying now. We in IMC Nation have different standards because we've learned different standards of conduct. I know my girl, at least my main girl, watches like basically everything that I do. I tell her she doesn't need to, and that she probably shouldn't even but she's just, so devoted, and she just wants to hear everything. So even though I'm talking about AVD all the time and IMC Nation, like, she got my face tattooed on her arm and she's done everything. And it's like, okay, fucking listen to whatever you want. I don't think you should, but I'm not going to tell you not to. So what I'm about to say is we in IMC Nation have different standards for how the girl is with us in present time. And so if she has made mistakes in the past, if she is currently behaving the way that I want now, when it comes to like fucking up and doing something unethical or against your morals or whatever, maybe she hid it from you for several months and then tells you, confesses, as we say later. Okay. It's not just about her being a good girl right now. Then now you got to be obedient on all my inquisition. I'm going to ask every detail that I want, or you don't have to if you don't want to, but it's like, I am going to do everything that I want to do to clear myself of this energy if I want you to still be around me, because I can't have any resentment in me towards you. So now I don't want to get emotional in that process, because then I'm just being beta and all emotional and a mama's boy needing you to, that is doing exactly what she did, where it's like, I just needed to feel safe and this and that. It's like, so I'll use my logic to make it okay. If she is behaving the way I want, okay, you made a mistake 8 months ago, like that, but like the rules now, it is an opportunity for you to put the rules in place that maybe you never had the courage to, or you never felt it was right to yet. But now, because she's opened up about this thing, she's basically saying, even though you already broke up and she told you a week ago and whatever, but like when she confesses that, she's basically saying, I want to submit more control to you. That's why I'm confessing this to you now. And it's an opportunity for you to basically put
with consent, when I say you're putting control on her, she's consenting to that control. But that dominance, she's craving that. And for some reason, she felt like she needed to confess to you. Even though she also felt the reason to not confess to you earlier, which is telling me also that she's got other confessions, bro. You think that's the only one? Do you think that's the only dick she jumped on? I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you the answer to that. I really don't know. But how you treat this huh?
Can I just add something very quickly?
Of course, and then hand it over to Sultan because I'm tired of talking.
Yeah. So when you say that she's got the things to confess, she did do that as well. So, for example, when we first started dating, she said her body count was like, well, she didn't say it directly, but she implied it was like 2, 3, because she only counted the ones in a relationship.
Hold on. You said 2 to 3 guys? Did you say 2 to 3 guys?
So those are the relationships. So she's been in 2 relationships.
Oh.
But last week, she admitted that her real body count is 9, and the reason she didn't tell me that for the longest time.
And you think that's the real number?
Yeah.
Why do you think that's the real number now?
Well, because the real reason, we had a conversation about body counts, and I said I wouldn't marry a girl.
Why? Why did you have the conversation about body count?
Why did I?
Yes, why? Did you learn that from Tate?
Perhaps.
Yeah, why? If aside from Tate, what is your reasoning if you were going to teach your son or somebody, some younger brother, and they're like, why you should talk about body count? Why did you talk about body count with her?
I think instinctively you want a low one from a girl.
So you're basically saying, are you a virgin or not? Oh, wait. Oh, I see what you're saying. And I heard you wrong. You're saying instinctively you want a low one, but then, so then what? Are you basically asking her a question that if she answers high, you lose attraction for her, and if she answers low, you gain attraction for her?
Not attraction, but a peace of mind that
yes.
If it's low, she's
right.
probably going to be more stable.
Right. So she has no control over the men, what her body count is now. She's already done whatever she's done. So you set up a situation for her to lie to you because she knows it's low value to say hi. Why would she be honest? What's the benefit to, so what is the reasoning for, I get it, that instinctively you want a girl with a low body count, but what's your reasoning for bringing up the conversation? And if it's for peace of mind, just, that's one of those questions. Don't ask a question that you can't handle the answer. Does it matter? Will it make a difference? If she's treating you right and she's fucked 200 guys or more, then okay, good. This is great. Man, this is great. Bro, because that's when you join IMC Nation, if you join IMC Nation and you see the kinds of girls that guys get with, but more than that, the kinds of the ways that those women are treating us, you will see that a woman's past does not matter when she treats you right. It only matters when you got questions about how she's treating you, and now you're going that route of like, I'm gonna tell you that you're mistreating me because you slept with too many guys in your past, and that's why you're mistreating me. So you need to correct your behavior. That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Man, I feel for you, bro. I feel for you. I've been there. I've been there. I went through just raging arguments with a girl over body count. But before I even knew body count was like a phrase, her body count was higher than mine at the time. She was older than me.
Yeah.
But
I think it's partially also because if I know it's like 20 or whatever, right? Although I'm confident in bed, there's a slight insecurity of, is she going to compare me to other people that are bigger and better and what?
I get it. That's why you need tribe. You need tribe, because when you will really stop caring after some time about men outside of IMC, because you'll really Sultan, talk about this, man. Talk about this, man. This, I know you know about this. Like, there's just no respect for men outside of IMC, because when you start getting the wisdom of the lectures after 30 lectures, after 60 lectures, you realize that men out there are knuckleheads. And even if she fucked some other guy, you don't have to worry about him being better. You don't have to worry about anything. You gotta pity her for being so stupid, because that guy is a Neanderthal compared to what you know just after 60 lectures. That insecurity will go away. Maybe she came more times with him. Maybe his dick is bigger. Maybe he bought her more stuff or something, gave her access to something. If it was really better for her, then good for her. She moved on to what she deserves better. Whatever. She's supposed to go for the best she can get. But the chances are, because that guy's not working on himself, just ask yourself how much you're gonna have to learn and overcome just for free before you sign up for class. Every other guy's going through that too. Once you get in class, you'll realize most guys will never even make it into class. They just don't have what it takes to really get better at this. And it's only going to take 1 or 2 months before you realize I'm better than almost every man on earth, because they're just ignorant. Andrew Tate, Elliot Hulse doesn't know jack shit about women. Isn't he married? He's so beta when he talks about his wife. When I heard, like, if you've learned anything about women from him, then like it's short-sighted, because it'll create future suffering for you, because it's not going to go in the right way. And that's, man, I feel like maybe I've been condescending towards you in my answer, and I don't want to feel like that. Like, I guess it angers me. It angers me that woman's abusing you. I get angry because I feel like I'm being abused when I hear your story. And I'm like, I know these lies that women say, and they do. And I feel bad because when I was younger, I'm 37 now, and age doesn't really matter. But when I was less developed in relationships, I dealt with those things, and I was taken advantage of. My goodness was lied to, and I was naive. And so I get angry, and I don't mean for that to be perceived as I'm like upset at you or belittling you. Like, I'm just taking it personal, basically. I need to stop talking.
No, I appreciate the honesty. I really do.
For sure. Sultan, save me here.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're studying these guys, they're probably good at what they do when it comes to, whatever their other things they're doing. But when it comes to getting women, they have no result. I just haven't seen these guys with results. There's no result. Where's the result? The result is, and I don't mean a picture with a girl. That's not a result. Because I can go and pay a bunch of girls to go take pictures of me right now. It's not hard to get a picture. That's what all these guys do. They get pictures of girls. They pay them $1,000 on my jet, and I'll take a picture with you just fucking sitting on my cock. Okay, I mean, that's not hard to do. If you have that kind of money, you can get, even with $100, you can go get some girls. So it's true. Where are the results? Like the result, like phone call. I need to hear a phone call with a girl with him. I need to hear how she's treating him, how he handles her whenever she's acting up. Like, where's the philosophy? There's no philosophy. The philosophy that I'm hearing is find out her body count. That's like I've never asked a girl ever what her body count is. Never. I've never even thought about what her body count is.
Yeah, so I would move on from that. Yeah.
I just keep hearing videos of guys talking about body count.
Oh,
like
man.
fresh and fit guys.
Oh, man.
Why do you even care about that?
It's cringe.
Like it seems like that's an insecurity that you have.
Yes.
Like Chris is saying, that you can't compete with those guys because whatever reason, maybe they got more muscles than you, or they're taller than you, they're just, but like it's your intelligence that's going to beat all those guys. If you're intelligent,
it's true.
Your intelligence is what will beat those guys, and they could be strong. Yeah. I mean, AZD is not 7 foot tall. AZD is not 7 foot tall. He's not like fucking GQ model. His face fucking tatted, bro. This is AZD. This guy looks like a GQ model, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It looks like, dude, imagine being a chick and you're talking to him. Imagine being a fucking fine ass bitch and you're talking to him. That's not like a GQ, like, you know what I mean? So there's something else there. It's not the fucking 6'5" fucking shredded guy, with 300 fucking cars in his garage, and it's not that. That's not what it is. There's intelligence here that's beating all these other guys when it comes to the mating game.
It's true. Let me ask you, Sultan. So obviously you get more intelligent on this subject when you join the morning class. But if you were going to say, outside of paying to learn from AZD, how would a man overcome any insecurity about other guys and get this intelligence that you're talking about, if it wasn't like for the daily class, some other way? So everybody obviously knows we're saying join the morning class, but outside of that, what can you do?
Well, let's see, because that's what I've done since I started studying this. I paid because that's how I get. That's how I've gotten so good. And I wasn't this guy that you're talking to right now, bro. Like the guy right here is not the guy.
Man, I wish I had a video of Sultan 4 years ago. You wouldn't even believe it.
Yeah, don't show that. It's embarrassing. But show it. No, so I would say if that's the route someone doesn't want to take, they don't have $97, which everybody does. Let's say you don't have it, right? Then the next best thing that I would do, if it was me, not even you, I would get on email newsletter that Yogi Chris has.
Oh, there is a YouTube. I forgot there's a YouTube.
It's not from AZD. Yogi Chris types the notes.
That's true.
He's got a PhD. Like he knows how to take notes. It's not some fucking random guy or fucking retarded or taking notes on a computer. No, it's someone that has a PhD in environmental science, correct?
Yeah, environmental. It's a couple of different degrees, couple of different disciplines.
Yeah, so that's who you're getting notes from of AZD.
Okay, but I mean, like outside, it's true. That's very true. And there's hundreds and hundreds of AZD video blogs on YouTube. You could get like a full education there. There's all these video clips here. I mean, outside of studying AZD, is there anything that he could do to, never be insecure about a woman's body count and not even worry about it ever again, and just improve the situation with this particular girl right now?
I would say the first. Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
May I add one caveat? So my very first question was, if she runs to someone else when we break up or when there's a bumpy moment in the relationship, is it too much of a bear in mind? She understands she's fucked up. She admits that, but is it too much of a risk to pursue that again?
Never pursue it. Never pursue it. But if you want the relationship to continue and she comes back to you and you put her through the hoops and she behaves the way you want her to, then also you need to teach her. And it's up to you if you want to make it like an ultimatum or something. Like if you ever do that again, there's no third chances for you. Or the way we do it, we talk about it in the third person, like about other girls. Like, if a girl does something, this or that, or I expect a woman, like loyalty for a woman means that when we're fighting or we're separated for some reason, like you're not just getting with other guys. That's so loose. Why would I ever invest anything in a woman like that? Like that's so risky. Yeah. God forbid I have a fucking kid with you. The only reason why men and women get together naturally is to produce children. We're not doing that. We're creating a life. Instead, our life is our child. But why would I create a child with a woman that's, we go through hard times, disagree about something, you already know we're going to make up, but it's because I know that the relationship is done when the woman says it's done. Because if I say it's done, but it's not done for her, she's going to stick around. But if she says it's done and I say it's not done and I stick around, I'm a stalker. I'm going to prison. So it's done when she says it's done. And I say it's done when you get with another guy, because you getting with another guy it's done. It's done. If you even contact another guy, that's so loose. If you contact another guy when we're separated because we're going through a fight, he froze. Okay. Well, that's all I got to say about that.
Okay, that's good. It's good that you said that, because because she wants the relationship to continue. She's in love with me. She really admires me. Yeah. But if I get back with her, would she lose respect for me? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Not necessarily. Yeah, not necessarily. There's a lot of variables here. So do you live together?
No.
Good. It's just how you do it. I'll get back with you. You can still be with me. But here's the thing. That was terrible behavior. That was not something that I ever want to be with. I am attracted deeply to a woman who exudes the kind of qualities that I would want to be the mother of my children. That's what I would get in a relationship with a woman for. Obviously, I'm sexually attracted to you. Obviously, we have chemistry, all those early relationship things. But like what I like about you is I could really see you taking care of my business, taking care of my house, taking care of my kids. Not like I need you as like my secretary or something, but like if I need you to do something, like you're with me, you're on my team. And, any kind of behavior that makes me think that you would talk to another guy just because you're not getting along with me, I will immediately cut the relationship. But you are welcome back because I want to be with you. But don't think that my emotional desire to be with you is going to make me compromise my life ever again. Ever again. So there should be no resistance to me looking through your phone. There should be no resistance to me asking you about any man. And if there ever is, I am breaking up with you because you've already failed and I'm giving you a second chance. Now, if that's too much for you, don't come back. But if you can agree to this, then you can come back. And then we can, I don't hold resentment. I'll let it go. But I will, I always have, you cannot get tight when I ask you about these things. And if you do, I'm breaking up with you because I don't need to give you a second chance. I'm a man and I got a bright future ahead of me. What's your future look like? So that's how I would handle it personally.
Question, brother. I'm curious because you're like newer to IMC ACD, so I like picking people's brains that are new to this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because this is totally different than a red pill coach is. This is like the true red pill. I'd say this is the real red pill. Like the red pill out there is not a red pill anymore. It used to be, but now it's like not a beta pill or something. I don't know, whatever. But I would ask you. One is, are you currently talking with any other girls besides this girl? Like messaging, meeting up with, hanging out with, like, is there anything like that going on?
I mean, only in the workplace.
The workplace. So not really romantic, but maybe a little flirting. Are you flirting there or is it just females?
Yeah.
You are flirting.
Yeah.
That's risky. That's risky, but okay, cool.
And okay, so no like girls that you're like outside of work talking to, like Tinder, or maybe some girl you met at the grocery store that you're hanging out with.
Because would that be considered cheating if you did that? Would you not do that? Being with this girl, would you not entertain other women? Okay. 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 Well,
yeah. I'm not sure what your philosophy is, but I'm kind of leaning towards the mindset of, well, look, if I message anyone else, if I even flirt with anyone else, that is an emotional cheat, right? So
why? Why is that an emotional cheat?
Does the same rules apply to me as to her, or is it?
Of course not. Men and women are different, but why is that an emotional cheat for you?
I don't think it is.
Oh. Yeah, so if you don't, then it comes down to the woman needs to agree with you if she's going to be with you. You got to see yourself that you're now. The truth is, a lot of guys will fall off, but most guys that fall off, it's because they get tied with one woman and then she drains them and then they deplete. So if you were not tied to a woman like that, you're probably going to keep getting better every year. You're going to make more money. You're going to have more business connections. You're going to get the advantages of mature men we know as younger men. Like, fuck, that older guy has everything. You know what I mean? Until you're like 50 or 60 or 70 or whatever. So, what was I saying? Emotional cheat. But like, yeah, I forgot what my question was. Why is it an emotional cheat?
You asking me, do I speak to other girls outside of work, inside of work, do I flirt?
Yeah.
And I've told her that I naturally have a flirtatious persona with myself, no matter where I am, and she kind of accepts that. But if I was to take things further and ask them to come back to my place, and she finds out, well, she's going to go again, right? Like, she won't tolerate that.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So if the woman is not on board with your rules, then you're not really with her. She's not with you, dude. She's not, so if you think it's okay to flirt and she doesn't, she's not with you, dude. She's not on your team. You can't be yourself and her be with you. You got to be someone not yourself so that she'll be with you.
Yeah.
And then you're killing yourself. You're going to hate who you become. You're going to live a double life. It's very basics what men do. That's what men do. What you're doing is what men do.
The funny thing is, I don't think she minds the flirting, but we all know where flirting eventually leads to.
If you're good, I mean, with most guys, flirting leads nowhere except, stop talking to me, creep. That's where it leads for most guys. But I get what you're saying. And so if you are not allowed to be with other women, is that because you don't want to be with other women? Or because she does not want you to be with other women?
Because she doesn't, but...
Okay. So then is she in a relationship with you? Because you're cutting your balls to be with her. You're not going to be with other women that you could be because this woman who got with another guy when she broke up with you is so amazing?
I agree with what you say, but it just seems like so much effort to get a girl on your terms in this regard of, okay, you're my girl, but I'm going to have
It's effortless.
another girl here.
It's actually effortless. The effort is improving yourself so much that it becomes effortless. Because when you are so valuable, so confident, so certain, you can guide her effortlessly. Like imagine, like you do, if you know how to sell a house, real estate. Well, it takes a lot to learn how to do it and get good at it. But once you get good at it, then you could guide someone through the process effortlessly. The only frustration would be the person's not getting it, and you got to argue with them because they don't want to listen. But once you figure it out, you guide them. Once you figure out how to have relationships with women, it's very easy to make them comply. They may not comply, and that's what you're coming across is a woman is not complying with how you want things to be, and so you think it's so much effort. But that's because she's not obedient to you. She's not really submitting to you. Probably because you lack, like Sultan is saying, the philosophy of, you lack certainty. So you kind of, it's man's nature to be with other women, but you don't know how to convey that to her in a way that she'll accept. And she perceives that as weakness. So she's not going to submit to a guy who's uncertain about this is how he's going to be.
Yeah. Do you think it's a lot harder to be in a monogamous relationship, so she's used to that, and then you switch up on her?
Oh yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Because I feel like that's what the situation is for most people. Like,
yeah, but you're broken up. You said you broke up with her a week ago when she told you that she fucked like 20 guys.
She still wants to be with me.
Yeah, but are you broken up or not? You said officially broken up. Are you broken up now?
Yeah.
Okay, so
can I just say the 20 guys? Her real body count was 9, but that was before we.
That's what she said. She said her body count was 9.
Yeah.
Before that, she said her body count was 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're believing her, bro, and that's why you're suffering. The main point of the body count is it doesn't matter. I said 20, knowing that you said 9, because I want you to not be so attached to whatever it is. But the fact is that she's probably lying. But does that matter? It doesn't matter if she's lying. You ask her a question that it's in her interest to lie. Of course she's going to lie. Yeah. I would lie if I was her. I would never have said 9. Why would you do that? Like, it's terrible. So.
But it's not proof that if women lie, if they instinctively lie because they know it's not a good look, does it not prove that it's important?
Yeah, but what good does it do to prove that it's important? Everybody already knows it's important. Who are you proving it to? You think she doesn't know? You think I don't know? He doesn't know? You don't know? Everybody knows. Who are you proving it to that it's important?
To yourself.
You already know. You already know it's important.
Importance for it to be low, not high. So
yeah, but you can't change that number. So you already know it's important. What's the importance of the question? To know if you're going to invest in her or not? And she knows that too. That's why she's going to lie.
Yeah.
So you're setting up it's not a good question because it's just what matters is she treating you right now? And so you're broken up, and since you're broken up, you're not actually in a monogamous thing, unless in your mind you're not actually broken up. Because if you think she in her mind is broken up, this is the same situation where she got with another guy last time. So you got to think, now you're going through that. Now, do I want to hold her in my heart, or is she really pursuing being in a relationship with me? And if she is, you're not in a relationship with her yet. You've broken up with her. So now is the perfect opportunity to be like, I'm going to be with other women, bro. And it's not that I'm going to be less committed to you. The thing is you have so many ingredients in your life that are different from us. You probably don't live life on a schedule like us. You don't live with other guys, so you have to be accountable to some brothers about your beta behavior. You can't just turn emotional and weak and like sappy. You can have the girl over at weird hours because you're on a schedule and your brothers know your schedule. And when you live life like this, you might think, well, she'll never agree to these terms. She might not, but the next woman will. Some woman will. And when she does, you'll feel what it's really like to be a man in control of your relationship. Because she's in, and so you're not monogamous right now. So is it easier to go from just go right into it as a multiple relationships instead of going from monogamous to multiple, yes, it's easier to start out that way. And that's where you're starting from right now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sultan, for opening up your channel to me. You know, Sultan's in charge of AZD IMC Nation, and then I'm a mic hog. You know, I'm older than Sultan. He respects me, and so he lets me like kind of bulldoze the conversation. I don't mean to.
It's very interesting. It's very interesting because the way you guys think, like if a man wants a family and a woman wants a family, do you think a woman will be fulfilled to have a family with the man who wants another woman? Do you think that mother will be fulfilled?
It's independent. It's independent, but also I want to say Daniel Gennaro and Mahil, that is super beta. Your comments are extremely beta, and you're suffering extremely with women. You guys need to know that you guys are chatting back and forth those comments about lust is a sin and it's lower chakra and this and that. You suck with women, and this is not a new guy. Those aren't new guys. Especially Daniel. Daniel, you've been around for years, dude. Never joined the class. You don't know what you're talking about. That's not true. What Mahil is saying is not true. Now, whether you want to call it lust is a deadly sin or something, living is a deadly sin. You know how I know? Because you die. So it's obviously, so that is some real beta shit. It's not a negative comment. It's the truth. What's negative is your comment is negative. Everybody else who agrees with me thinks it's positive. Okay, so Mahil, sorry, Balak, I believe it is. You were saying if you want to have a family with a second woman, would the first woman ever be fulfilled with you if you create a family with a second woman?
Yeah, because the way you said having multiple women, and I'm like, well, that's fair enough. But if the aim is to have a family, would the mother of your children be fulfilled and want to be around when you are with someone else, right?
Can be. It depends on the guy. It can depend on the guy. If she's married to a janitor who's sloppy and lazy and has no ambition in life and he's a bad father, then yeah, she probably have a problem with him being with other women. If she's married to a king who's running an empire and he provides her, or it doesn't have, like, your empire doesn't mean you have to have billions of dollars. You have an empire, an organization, you lead, when men respect you, you have a lot of influence. If your character is superior to other men, so that losing you is worse than being with you and sharing you with multiple women. You got to raise your value as an intellect, as a brain, as a man who knows how to behave and knows how to communicate so high that losing you is worse than sharing you with other women. That's the equation. Now, how do you do that? That's class. That's morning class with AZD.
Oh.
Thank you, brother. It's all AZD. I'm a messenger, man. I'm telling you. I'm just a dim reflection. You got to get in class. It's only 97. I mean, but I appreciate the conversation. Sultan, please rescue me from over talking.
You have any other questions?
No, let's take the next guest. Perhaps we have 5 minutes. Maybe we won't be able to handle a guest in 5 minutes. It'll take too long. Okay, maybe we end this episode. Mahil, absolutely, man. I'll remember your name. Let's stream. I'll zip it and learn how Sultan asks questions because I definitely took over. Salute N2SE. That's from Montreal, I believe, Canada. He's been on the morning class and done some advanced classes, so we should stream with him too because he's a member. He's in IMC. And Balak, I highly recommend. Message Sultan, whatever it takes, get on the class. Yes, sir. Between two women, to build a monogamous relationship between two women requires a lot of confusion and wrong ethics. That's how to create a monogamous relationship with two women. Yes. I think what he might have meant is a monogamous with two different women, two monogamous relationships. Okay, well, now I get it more. Right on. Okay, yes. Shout out. Any final words, Sultan?
Tomorrow, guys. ACD again. It's called the FaceTime Tunes on the Instagram page. It's a free class tomorrow. Guys, get in the free class, bro. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing on this Instagram page? Get off the page or get in the free class. Jesus. Free class, 10 a.m. Pacific time, and that is on Zoom. 10 a.m. Pacific. Check your time zone, okay? I don't want to like time zone that
You're
is.
so dominant, man.
Pacific time zone, so just find out what your time zone is, match it up. Be in class, it's at 10 a.m. You have to have your camera on your face so we know it's you, not a girl or some weird, creepy person. Like, just be on camera. And if you have questions, he might answer your questions. You know, you just raise your hand. You can ask any question you want. If he calls on you, you answer any of your questions. And you hear him, he'll teach, you know, he'll answer questions. And you hear him communicate or interact with everybody else in the group. There's, you know, sometimes there's 60, 70 people on the stream at once. You know, there's over 250 something members in the program, but about 60 people, 50, 60 people live every single day in class. So you get to ask your questions, and you know, you think these clips are really good. These clips come from those classes. All the clips that you see on these pages, they come from the open class.
Yeah.
And the open class is once a week, but he teaches every single day for the program. So 7 days a week is class, but Friday is open. Okay, so tomorrow open class, Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Hit us up, message this account to get the Zoom link.
And just a quick question. So tomorrow we stream at 9:30, which is 30 minutes before class, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll, and then Mahil or whoever, if that's when we do a call. We don't do one-on-one calls, but when you sign up, we do. Then we do a Zoom consultation kind of and orient you so that you know exactly where to study and what to study. But if you can make the stream tomorrow before 10 a.m., then, you know, we could talk and showcase that and, you know, go into it. And everybody else, yeah, hit them up and let's get on class, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.
See you guys.
Os.
Oops.
Os. Okay. And then thank you guys on Zoom or the YouTube or whoever was watching. Hope you liked it. And TikTok also, you know, DM to get on the open class. People on YouTube, Instagram, whatever, the links are in the bio descriptions to get on the newsletter. I send out the link to the open class in the newsletter. So, you know, there's lots of ways to get involved, even for free, and level yourself up and feel the value, feel the benefit, change your life. And then I'm sure you'll see, you know, as I saw, that it was worth investing in yourself here. Os.